Welcome to Budapest. We will be traveling with the new Metro Line 4 from the outer skirts of the city to the city center, and see all the metro stations along the way. Each of them is designed by a single team of Hungarian architects, Zoltán Ero being the team's leader. Every station has its own unique architecture and atmosphere. Let's find out what they look like. Our first stop on Line 4 is Kelenföld vasútállomás. Formerly just a train station, it is now connected to the underground grid with a modern entrance to the metro. Kelenföld is an important hub for public transit in the area, connecting Budapest internally and with the west of Hungary. Though having been expanded multiple times, it can still barely handle all of its passengers. Luckily, the metro departs every 2 minutes, so you will not be waiting when using the underground. Our next stop is BK4GR4, one of the most characteristic of the metro stations. It is covered by a large elongated dome consisting of triangular windows. Zoltán tells us that the dome allows for lots of natural light on the platform because it is one of the least deep stations on Line 4. The inside of the station therefore feels as if it is outside instead of underground. The dome dominates the corner of the park in which it is located, following the shapes of the artificial hills that are scattered around. The park lies amidst the flats from the communist period, yet it is still a lively place with lots of people using the metro to go in and out of town. Above the underground platform, you can see the safety panels that are visible in every station. They guide any smoke to the exhaust systems in case of the train arriving on fire. Next stop, Újbóra Központ. It is one of the smallest stations on Line 4, but its architecture is as unique as any of the other stops. According to Zoltán, the ceiling of the platform was handmade by one artist, the same artist who is responsible for the rear glass wall. The station was dug underneath an intersection. It is the only station that is not near a park or any other large public space, yet we still see many people using this stop for quick trips to and from the city center. We have arrived at Műrik Zsigmond Kerte, a station notable for its impressive use of lighting. It is the quietest of the 4 major stops on Line 4. Its colorful interior compensates for this. According to Zoltán, a theater lighting artist was asked to design parts of the lighting on Line 4. Here we see a combination of white and blue light. Our next stop is Sanggele tér. It is one of the 2 stations that house the most distinctive architecture of the entire metro line. Enormous reinforced concrete beams run diagonally through the entire station. Above ground, the entrance appears to be sunken into the riverbank. Flowy forms and decorations link it to its aquatic location near Liberty Bridge. Once you have gone down the first set of escalators, you need to make a sharp right turn because of the station's orientation to the river. The second set of escalators take you down to the platform, where you are surprised by a dazzling mosaic in the colors blue, red, yellow, and black. Every part of the station is styled to fit the theme of diagonals, even the benches and ventilation exhausts. On the other side of the Danube River, we arrive at Fővontyr. Similar in its design to the previous station, it incorporates the same architectural features, yet its colors are separated rather than mixed. Again, we enter a large hall that connects the 2 sets of escalators. This empty space is intended to be filled with facilities such as cafes, but it still sits empty. In contrast to its counterpart, the station happens to have access to natural light. A vast skylight illuminates the way up to the hub above. Trams come and go through an underpass with a reflective luminescent ceiling. Go up one level and you will find an equally busy square, as on the other side of the river. The only visible part of the station above ground is the skylight that covers the stairwell. We have arrived at what might be the most grand of all stations on Line 4, Calvinter. It is our third major stop, and its architecture is yet again completely unique. Bones, as Zoltan likes to call the beams that cross the void at this station, leave a tunnel-like impression of the underground space. A bright orange tunnel connects Line 4 with Metro Line 3, one of the older metro lines in Budapest. By using a combination of lamps and mirrors, light is evenly spread across the walls and ceilings. The entrances on the surface were not designed by Zoltan's team of architects, but they are the result of the redevelopment of an intersection that used to dominate the now pedestrian-friendly square. Next stop, Rákóczi, a station with dim lighting and a quiet entrance, even though it is located next to a busy tram and bus stop. It is one of the many stations that fills its unusable space above the stairwell with a water feature. But only in summer you will find water here. Because of freezing temperatures in winter that may cause the concrete to crack, the basin is now empty. Inside we encounter yet another approach of construction. Here, rings keep the walls of the underground chamber in place. On the inside of these rings we find precisely carved place names that were former domains of Francis II Rákóczi. Two large light tubes stand out against the otherwise dark interior. This is János Pál pápa tér, named after Pope John Paul II, arguably the most humble in design. It features straight columns and beams, ascending to a peaceful park. Though the park lies in the middle of Pest in between several intersections, there is barely any noise. Every single one of the metro stations on Line 4 was dug beneath a pre-existing square or intersection. Here too we find an empty pond, complete with stepping stones. Inside, Zoltan noted that on every track, there are sensors that detect fallen objects. When triggered, the fully automatic trains stop immediately. We have reached our final stop. Keleti pályaudvar, or Eastern Railway Terminus, is a 19th century train station built for connecting Budapest with the east of Hungary. The roof of the Great Hall resembles the shape of a flipped hanging chain. Outside, the station borders a large two-level square, connected to an underpass that provides entrance to the metro station. The double-story platform hall allows for a natural light to reach the floor below, making this one of the brightest and open stops on Budapest's new underground transit system, Metro Line 4.